Hey everybody, how is it going today? In this video, I want to talk about context logic, ticker symbol WISH. This one is heavily talked about on Reddit, and the chart pattern looks like it could be setting up for the next move higher, so I want to talk about that chart. And then after that, I have some other nice looking charts that I want to show you as well. Now, if you're new to my channel, I've been trading and investing for over 20 years, and in every video, I'll show you some of the potential trades and investments that I see setting up. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. And I also have a Patreon group, so if you would like to be a part of our community and see what we are buying and selling in real time, that link is in the description. All right, well, let's get into these charts, but before I get started, if you could do me a small favor and like the smash button for me and help me out with the YouTube algorithm for bringing you all of these beautiful, beautiful charts, I sure would appreciate it. And the first one I want to talk about is Context Logic Incorporated, ticker symbol WISH. And full disclosure, I do already own some call options in this one. And one of the main reasons that I do own the call options is because if you go on apewisdom.io, you can see that Context Logic Incorporated is number 2 on the list as the most talked about stocks on Reddit. So hopefully the Reddit guys have one more run left in them and they can send this thing higher, so my options will pay off nicely. But the second reason why I really like this stock is because of the chart pattern. We can see since February, when it topped out a little over $30 a share, it has been slowly moving lower till it got to around $8 a share, but it had this nice, big, beautiful ignition candle, as they call it, this nice big green candle. And usually when you get one of these, there's a pretty good probability you have a trend reversal at hand. Let me get that out of here real quick, maybe. Man, I'm having a tough time with my mouse today for some reason. Anyway, it had a big up day the following day, but reversed, but came down to the 8-period exponential moving average and has been riding that up ever since. And just a couple of days ago, had a pretty decent move up, and it is holding those highs. So that is one of the main reasons why I bought some call options already. I'm going to try to anticipate the breakout to the upside. And actually, let's go to the 15-minute chart and take a closer look at this chart. We can see the huge move that had up earlier in the month and then the reversal, but it has since starting to round up. And you can see it made a nice bullish triangle formation that it broke out of on the big update that it had just a couple of days ago, but it is holding this consolidation sideways. That's telling you that there isn't many sellers coming into the market. Now, if we do get a breakdown below about $13 or so, that means this little up move is going to be in trouble. But I think there's a strong possibility it could be breaking out past 14 and a quarter or so. And if it does, it's probably going to do it quickly. That's why I wanted to anticipate the breakout and buy my call options a little bit early. I'm limiting my risk with my call options. I'm not buying a whole bunch of them. So if it does not work out, I'm not out a bunch of money. But if this thing does get an explosive move higher, these options should pay off quite nicely. As of right now, it could probably go either way in this consolidation, but once you have a big move up and the stock starts to go sideways, that's just telling you that there isn't enough sellers to drive it down. Even though it's had a big move up, that hasn't brought in enough supply to make the stock pull back enough. So the fact that it hasn't really sold off yet, it makes me pretty confident that it could be breaking out to the upside, and I want to take a shot on some options. Let me get this stuff off the chart real quick. And if we go to the weekly chart and take a look at the longer term trend, this stock hasn't been publicly traded for that long, so there isn't a whole lot of data. You can see even on the weekly chart is above that 8-period exponential moving average and holding. So on the weekly time frame, on the daily time frame, and on the 15-minute time frame, this is looking pretty bullish, and that is usually enough for me to take a chance and put some of my hard-earned money to work and see if I can grow it. But definitely WISH is looking really good. Now let's get into some of those other charts I want to show you. Okay, the first one I want to talk about is Arcimoto Incorporated, ticker symbol FUV. I actually talked about this one a couple of videos ago. I absolutely love the chart pattern that it's making, and allegedly this thing is pretty heavily shorted. You can see it had that big move up from the lows right around $7.50 or so, all the way up to over $17 a share, but then since pulled back to that 200-period simple moving average right around $12.75 or so. had that big reversal candle above the 8-period exponential moving average and has been moving sideways. Had a little bit of a breakdown yesterday, but you can see that it's moving higher today and on some heavier volume. Now, I do have some call options on this one. I think I'm only up about 35% or so not a whole lot, but I am hopeful that there is going to be a much bigger move coming in FUV. The fact that this chart pattern looks like it's definitely under accumulation, you can see how big the green bars are compared to the red bars lately, so that's telling you a lot of buying coming into this stock, and the move could be just starting after this first pullback. And if there's a short squeeze, that's just going to make it even better, and it's going to make those options pay off even more nicely for me. But just a beautiful pattern in FUV. Next one I wanted to show you was Auto Web Incorporated, ticker symbol AUTO. We can see this one has been moving sideways since last November and is now starting to round up nicely. And today it is above that 200-period simple moving average. I would like to see it hold above it a little bit longer. I want to see it move above that average and hold it for more than one day optimally, but the fact that it's starting to round up, this thing is going on my watch list, and if this thing can move a little bit higher and start to move sideways until these moving averages catch up to it, I think it's going to be in a perfect buy area. So AutoWeb is one that's definitely worth keeping on your watch list to see how well it holds the gains that it's making today. The next one I want to show you is CLMT. This is Calumet Specialty Products Partners. This is another one in the oil and gas sector. We can see it has already broken out of this bullish triangle formation, pulled back all the way down to the support level, and is now starting to take off again. So this is telling you that this breakout is most likely going to hold, and the next leg up could be starting. So CLMT, another beautiful looking chart pattern. And the last one I want to show you is Workhorse. We can see that Workhorse is making a similar pattern to FUV. Had a low just a few weeks ago all the way down to about $7.50 a share, so pretty similar price movement all the way down to about $7.50 a share. Made a move up over $18 a share, has pulled back and is now starting to round up. And if you look how beautiful this triangle formation that it's making right now, you call it a bullish flag, call it a bullish triangle, whatever you want to call it, either way it is still bullish. And actually, let's go a little bit closer. Let me get this off the chart here, and let's go to the 15-minute chart just so you can see how nice this pattern is shaping up. Beautiful looking bullish triangle formation, and if you zoom in a little bit, you can see it is exploding through that trend line and is holding that 8-period exponential moving average and also holding that 21-period exponential moving average. That's telling you that the trend is still strong. So the next move in Workhorse could just be starting right now. And actually, let's take a look at the weekly chart real quickly. Let me get those lines off. But we can see when we go to the weekly chart, definitely had a bottom almost near the 200-period simple moving average on the weekly chart, but an explosion back above those moving averages, and it's just been moving sideways. So this one is setting up to go higher as well. I know a lot of people aren't too enthused with Workhorse right now because they didn't get that contract with the U.S. Postal Service, even though they're still in the talks with the Postal Service with that contract. I don't even know where that is right now. I haven't looked at that news on that contract in forever, but one thing I do know is a very bullish looking chart pattern, and it could be moving higher in the near future. Alright guys, well that's all I have for this video, so I'm going to end it right there. But if you have any questions about any of these stocks, or if you have any other stocks you want me to take a look at, please leave them down there in the comment section. I will get to them as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, guys, and until next time, take care.